Are you terrified to receive a message from beyond the grave? You're not alone. Imagine the unsettling feeling of hearing from someone you thought was gone forever. The very idea sends shivers down the spine, doesn't it? Jake was unwinding on his couch after a long day when his phone buzzed. It was one of those rare moments of peace where the world seemed to slow down just for a bit. He had just settled in, ready to lose himself in a movie or perhaps scroll through social media mindlessly. It was a message from his friend, Tom. Jake's heart skipped a beat. He hadn't heard from Tom in ages, and seeing his name pop up brought a rush of memories. But Tom had died in a car accident last year. The memory of that tragic day came flooding back. The phone call, the disbelief, the funeral. It was a wound that had barely begun to heal. Confused and a bit shaken, Jake opened the message. His mind raced with possibilities. Could it be a mistake, a cruel prank, or something more sinister? It simply read, "I need to tell you something." The simplicity of the message made it even more eerie. What could Tom possibly need to tell him from beyond the grave? With trembling hands, Jake replied, "Who is this?" His fingers felt heavy, each letter a struggle as he typed out the question. The room seemed to grow colder, the shadows longer. The response came almost immediately. "It's Tom. I'm sorry I left you." Jake's breath caught in his throat. The words felt like a punch to the gut. How could this be happening? Freaked out, Jake's mind raced. He tried to make sense of it all. Was this some cruel joke? A hacker with a twisted sense of humor? Was this some cruel joke? The thought crossed his mind, but it didn't sit right. The messages felt too personal, too real. Or had someone hacked Tom's old number? The idea seemed plausible, but who would go to such lengths to torment him? But the messages got more personal, more specific. Each new message peeled back layers of their shared history, things only Tom would know. They mentioned things only Tom would know. Inside jokes, secrets they'd sworn to keep. Memories of their friendship, the good times and the bad, all came rushing back. As the messages piled up, Jake's fear grew. Each new text was like a ghostly whisper, a reminder of a past that refused to stay buried. Then, the final message arrived. "I didn't die in that accident. I was murdered." The words sent a chill down Jake's spine. Murdered? By whom? And why? Attached was a location, a place Jake recognized but hadn't thought about in years. It was an old, abandoned shed on the outskirts of town. Heart pounding, Jake decided to investigate. He couldn't ignore the message, not after everything he'd read. He grabbed his coat and headed out into the night. He found himself at an old, abandoned shed. The place looked even more decrepit than he remembered, a relic of a forgotten time. Inside, Tom's belongings and photos painted a horrifying picture. It was like stepping into a time capsule filled with memories and secrets. Tom had been betrayed and killed by someone close to him. The evidence was overwhelming, a tragic tale of trust broken and a life cut short. Gathering his courage, Jake turned the evidence over to the police. It was the right thing to do, but it didn't make the situation any less terrifying. But he never heard from Tom again. The messages stopped as suddenly as they had started, leaving Jake with more questions than answers. The chilling truth was out, but the mystery? That still lingers. Who had killed Tom? And why had they gone to such lengths to cover it up? Next time your phone buzzes, think twice. It could be a friend, a family member, or perhaps something far more sinister. You never know what secrets are waiting to be uncovered. The digital age has made it easier than ever to stay connected, but it has also opened the door to new kinds of horror. So the next time you receive an unexpected message, remember Jake's story. Some secrets are better left buried.